The F1 Circus headed to the Bahrain International Circuit for the second round of the championship, and all eyes were on Sergio Perez in the Force India, who won last time out in Australia. But the big question on everyone's mind was, can defending champion Hayden Goodis do a little bit better than his qualifying in Australia? Well, the answer to that question was no. He's qualified again on the back row, unfortunately, and he's with Ria Haryanto, the Lord and Saviour, as well. The big shock of Q1 was Sebastian Vettel, who is starting down in 19th place. A bit poor compared to his teammate, which we'll go through in a minute. But Q3, it was bit back to normal, really, with Nico Rosberg taking pole position for Mercedes, with Ricciardo in P2, with Rosberg's teammate right behind him, Lewis Hamilton, in P3. Vettel's teammate Raikkonen did a little bit better than the German, as he qualified in P4 for that prancing horse, with Nico Hülkenberg in P5, with Massa doing pretty well for Williams in P6, with last time out winner Sergio Perez right behind him. Jenson Button and Daniel Kvyat will complete the top 10 in the field here, but now it's time to head for the track, for the race, for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And the big question, can Hayden Goodis pull off another great performance as he did in Australia? We're about to find out. It's race time.
What is up, people, and welcome back to part 86 of my F1 2016 career mode here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's round 2 of season 5, and what a race we had at the Australian Grand Prix. If you missed the episode, go check it out now, because there was some great reaction overtakes, some literally amazing reaction overtakes in my opinion. But we are here at the Bahrain Grand Prix on the back of a really good result in Australia, getting P5 despite not qualifying very well, and unfortunately the same thing has happened here today, qualifying all the way down at the back of the field. But hopefully we can try and sort out a strategy and try and get a good result once again. Currently way down in the constructors standings as well, not even in the top 3, which is not good enough for Red Bull, as Daniel Ricciardo did not even finish. And Nico Rosberg with a surprise pole position for today's Bahrain Grand Prix. So before we get into today's race, let me run you through the starting order for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg, like I said, gets a surprise pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix, showing once again that Mercedes can be dominant, with Daniel Ricciardo qualifying in P2 and Lewis Hamilton, the other Mercedes driver, up into P3. So very good qualifying position for both the Mercedes boys. Kimi Raikkonen qualifies in P4 with Nico Hülkenberg in P5, Felipe Massa in P6, and then the other Force India of Sergio Perez way down the field in P7. Not a good qualifying session for him. Jenson Button qualifies in P8 in the first McLaren, with Danny Kvyat down in P9. Then it's Romain Grosjean who rounds out the top 10. He got a really good result in the Australian Grand Prix, finishing in P4, so hopefully for him, he can continue that here today, with Fernando Alonso qualifying P11, Carlos Sainz in P12, Esteban Gutierrez in P13, Jolyon Palmer in 14th, Pascal Wehrlein in 15th, Kevin Magnussen qualifying in P16, with Valtteri Bottas 17th, Nasser in 18th, Sebastian Vettel way down the field in P19, with Ericsson in 20th, Ria Haryanto in 21st, and unfortunately, once again, not having the pace in this car. I thought I would struggle quite a bit in today's qualifying session, because we do not have any straight line speed in this Red Bull, but I did not expect myself to be way down the field in 22nd position once again. So, looks like we're going to have to do it again. We're going to have to work our way through the field, but it just means it's going to be a bit more fun here today. So without any further ado, let's head down to the track for the race strategy. So this is going to be your race strategy for the Bahrain Grand Prix. They want me to start on the medium tyres, pit for a set of softs, and then pit for a set of super softs. I don't think I'm going to stick with that. I think I'm going to do a one-stop strategy, try and make those medium tyres last for as long as I possibly can, and try and just do a medium, then a set of softs. If safety cars and stuff like that come out, that could really help us as well. So that's going to be the race strategy for today. And without any further ado, let's head down to the starting grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's race time. It's the Bahrain Grand Prix as the lights start to come on. It's 5 red lights. It's lights out, and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix down in towards turn 1. Once again, we do not have any straight line speed in this Red Bull car. So once again, we're going to put it down to lead mix. Just save the car down towards turn 1. We don't want to get involved in any fights and lose the front wing early on. We're right down the back of the field, which means anything can happen in front of us. We go around the outside there of the manor of Ria Haryanto on the inside, very close there with Kevin Magnussen down through turn 2. But there we go, already up into P20. Now we're going to put up into Ricks. Maybe have a look up the inside in towards turn 4. We overtake 3 drivers, possibly, if we can get Gutierrez as well. Can we do it up the inside? Lose the back end quite a bit. It's going to be side by side, but there we go, taking position from Esteban Gutierrez and moving ourselves up into P17. A really good start so far in the Bahrain Grand Prix. We go up the inside now, Palmer and maybe Ericsson down in towards this hairpin, squeezing Ericsson out as much as we possibly are allowed. We're going to have to go round the outside of one of the trickiest corners on the whole entire F1 calendar. Here we go, round the outside of Marcus Ericsson. Can we hold it? Looks like we're going to try. Very nice and tidy. Little bit of a tie bang between the two of us there as we lose the back end. But here we go, down in towards this left-hander of turn 11, side by side now with Ericsson. Look how quick we are actually in a straight line compared to that Sauber. Round the outside of Ericsson, getting it caught on the curb though, and unfortunately that gives Marcus Ericsson P15. But we're not going to give up for now. We're going to maybe try around the outside here. No, we can't. We actually have to lift off as our Red Bull car was not capable of taking that line through that corner. But here we are, still on the back of Marcus Ericsson. Anything can happen down in towards the final corner. We could probably break a bit later than the Sauber driver, which we do, putting us on the back of Marcus Ericsson down in towards the final corner, right on the tail of the Sauber driver. Can we go for the overtake down towards turn 1? We're going to try it, pull over to the right-hand side, and we are so much quicker in a straight line using that slipstream. But Ericsson will come back at us down in towards turn 1, possibly. No, he won't. And there we go, holding on to P15 for the time being. We've got Valtteri Bottas and Fernando Alonso currently having a little bit of a side-by-side battle as they go through turn 3, but it's not going to come of anything. And now we are still on the back of Bottas and Alonso as our fuel light is starting to come on, which means that we do need to start thinking about saving fuel possibly later on in the race. Those two go side by side through the final corner. Sorry, that's not going to help them at all. That's really going to help my exit down in towards someone. We get the overtake there on Fernando Alonso. Going to get the overtake possibly on Valtteri Bottas as well. Fernando Alonso may try and get Bottas back again down in towards turn 1. Bottas very late on the brakes. We've got 3 drivers going side by side through turn 1 and turn 2. We've got Valtteri Bottas on the left-hand side now. A little bit of contact between the two of us, but there we go, taking away the position from Valtteri Bottas and moving up into P13. Now up next for us is Pascal Wehrlein, currently in that manner, and we are on the back of him on the exit of on the end of lap 3 here as we go down in towards the final corner once again. This seems like it's a really good overtaking spot for us down this start finish straight, which is a bit of a surprise seeing as we don't have a lot of straight line speed. But here we are on the back of Pascal Wehrlein down in towards the start finish straight. Felipe Massa involved in it as well, side by side between the 3 of us. Massa looks like he's got caught out as we go up the inside down in towards turn 1. And there we go, taking away that position from Pascal Wehrlein. But no, he comes back at us through turn 2 and through turn 3 as they go side by side with myself down in towards turn 4. There's a freeway battle once again down in towards turn 4 now. Grosjean, Nasser and Button. Can we get involved in that? Because that would be very exciting. So it looks like Grosjean and Nasser have been caught up. We go through the right and then the left. Nasser with a nice overtake there on Roman Grosjean through that corner. Maybe Grosjean has a problem. We're going to go up the inside in towards this right-hander. And there we go, getting the job done on Roman Grosjean and moving up into the points. What a start. What a start to this Bahrain Grand Prix. Capitalising on all the AI drivers having a lot of battles at the moment. We're watching on board Nico Rosberg. He currently leads the race and by quite a big margin as well. Look at the gap that he has to the rest of the field. There is nobody closing in on him at the moment here on lap 4. So it looks like it's all Nico Rosberg at the moment as he goes down in towards the final couple of corners. As the yellow flag has come out, not too sure why that is. I can't see anything on Rosberg's car at the moment. Still can't see. Yes, there is. There's a front left puncher for Nico Rosberg. He's going to have to make an early pit stop here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. That's really going to upset his race. Look how slow he's going into the pit lane. That's allowed everybody to catch up. Sergio Perez moves up into the lead of the race. And what a start he's had, all the way down from 7th place, moving up into the lead of the race. We're going to overtake him and move up into P9 now on Nico Rosberg. So we're going to get the slipstream on Jenson Button and Felipe Nasser using DRS as well up the inside in towards turn 1. Can we get both of these drivers in towards turn 1? We're going to try it on Jenson Button. We can't quite get it on Felipe Nasser. We are definitely going to try possibly down in towards turn 4. Can we get the straight line speed on Felipe Nasser? Will we have a look up the inside of turn 4? We don't try it, but very close to the back of Felipe Nasser through there. But we could possibly go for the overtake in towards the hairpin, which we have done before in this race. Very nice line through the S's section down in towards this hairpin up the inside of Felipe Nasser, which we do. A little bit of contact between the two of us, but there we go, getting the job done on Felipe Nasser and moving up into P7. 5 laps and it's taken us to move up into P7. We are doing a absolute amazing race at the moment here at the Bahrain Grand Prix as our teammate has come into the pits. A few more drivers into the pits as well, and that should move us up a couple more positions. If we can make this one stopper work as well, that will really help us in today's Bahrain Grand Prix. As we cut ahead to lap 6 now, more drivers coming into the pits. Danny Kvyat and Nico Hülkenberg, I think that is, into the pits as we move up into P2, which means it's only Sergio Perez who has not pitted in this race. He's taken these Superstore tyres quite the distance at the moment. But there he goes, finally coming into the pits on lap 8, and we take away the lead of the race, which is really, really good news for us. Really good news for us. We're watching on board now with Nico Hulkenberg, my old nemesis, my old teammate, of course, at Force India, here on lap 10, down in towards the start-finish straight. Will he be able to overtake? I think that's the Mercedes of Nico Rosberg ahead of him. No, he won't. And Nico Hulkenberg has had an engine failure here on lap 10 of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Really disappointing there for Nico Hulkenberg. Will that bring out the safety car in the Bahrain Grand Prix? We're just going to have to wait and see what happens at the moment. I don't think it will. And no, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it does not bring out the safety car. But here we go. Here on lap 13 at the moment, Sergio Perez has managed to catch up to us on those fresher soft tyres. And not really going to fight him too much. There's no point. It's just going to harm our own race. We're going to race our own race on this one-stop strategy and just try and see what we can do in this race. Not really worry about anybody around us. Just try and see what we can do in this race, as we have unfortunately been demoted down into P2. But here we go. On lap 15, I think it's about time to make a pit stop in this race. We're going to try and make these soft tyres last 14 laps in this Bahrain Grand Prix. So it's going to be tough. It is going to be really tough to try and make these soft tyres last 14 laps in this race. But we're going to try it anyway. We're just going to see what we can do and what sort of pit stop is it going to be from the Red Bull team. A 2.275 stop. So really good stop there from the Red Bull team. And I'm really happy with that. We're being dropped down the field at the moment, but everybody ahead of us still has to make one pit stop in this race. We're all the way down into P17, being overtaken by Ria Haryanto there, which is really disappointing, seeing as we were leading the race 3 laps to go. But Sergio Perez currently leading this race by quite a bit of a distance over his teammate, over my teammate, of Daniel Ricciardo. We're now coming under pressure from Kevin Magnussen down in towards turn 3. He's going to have a little look up the inside, but we managed to hold it around the outside on these fresher soft tyres. And there we go, holding on to P17. And now we'll be looking to close in on Ria Haryanto down in towards the final corner. Doing what we have done earlier on in this race, just closing up so much down in towards that final corner. And now down in towards turn 1, using DRS and slipstream, pulling over to the right hand side. A few drivers into the pits as well, so that's also going to help us gain positions. But here we go, down in towards turn 1, just going to take our normal line. Looks like we've got the position done already in towards turn 1. There's a little bit of contact between myself and Ria Haryanto, losing the back end. Yellow flag has come out. I think Haryanto actually went into a spin down in towards turn 1, but I don't think, no, it will. Safety car has been deployed in today's race, and that could really help us. That's going to close up the whole field. Everybody ahead of us still has to make one more pit stop, at least one more pit stop in this race. That could really help us. That could seriously help us in today's race, and this is going to get exciting. Can we get another good result here at the Bahrain Grand Prix? Here's a replay of what happened to Ria Haryanto. So he just tries to go up the inside, and he actually makes contact with us. We didn't squeeze him out at all. He makes contact with us, unfortunately. Puts himself into a spin. But I'll say thank you very much, because you have given us a great opportunity to score some decent points in today's race. The safety car has come in. The yellow flags are still out, and we are green. We are underway once again, racing here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, all the way up into P6, because some drivers have already made their pit stops in this race. Sergio Perez has not done so yet, as he is still leading today's race. Coming up the inside of Fernando Alonso. We're going to try it up the inside of Fernando Alonso, up into P5. He's side by side though with the McLaren driver. Oh, wheel-to-wheel contact as we turn in for turn 2. Fernando Alonso holding on to P5. Can we dart it up the inside? Down in towards turn 4. We're just going to have to wait and see. Yes, we do. Up the inside of Fernando Alonso. Have we got the move done this time? Yes, we have. And there we go. Holding on to P5 for the time being. Esteban Gutierrez, Julian Palmer, and my teammate and Sergio Perez are still currently ahead of us. So we do need to try and catch up to those guys. Gutierrez has come into the pits now. As Julian Palmer, will he be coming into the pits as well? Yes, he does. Julian Palmer into the pits. So is Sergio Perez. And so is Daniel Ricciardo. And there we go. Moving up into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is really good news in this race. So once again, leading the Bahrain Grand Prix, we actually have a Sauber in second place in the Bahrain Grand Prix, with Felipe Massa up into third. This could be a surprise podium here today, as it looks like Massa was having a bit of a battle there with Kevin Magnussen. But here we are, lap 28. It's not going to be a Sauber on the podium, as Sergio Perez has caught up to the back. And we've got 2 laps left to go in this Bahrain Grand Prix. 2 laps to try and hold on to the lead of the race. This could be an absolute amazing result for us. In only our second race for Red Bull, we could possibly get a race win. We're definitely guaranteed a podium. Unless anything happens to our tyres, unless we get any punches or anything like that, we are guaranteed a podium, as Daniel Ricciardo is not too far behind in third, but 4th place is quite a bit of a distance behind, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. Sergio Perez, though, gets the overtake on us down in towards the final corner. We're going to hold it around the outside, though. Are we actually going to do this? Yes, we are, around the outside of the final corner. Unfortunately, don't have the grip out of that corner, but we do have the DRS, and we do have the slipstream on Sergio Perez, darting over to the right-hand side. Sergio Perez, we know, is very quick in a straight line. He's holding on, and he breaks late down in towards turn 1, but we get the inside line, squeeze out Perez as much as we possibly are allowed, and holding on to the lead of the race for the time being. 1 lap left to go, though. There is Daniel Ricciardo in the background. Williams also in the background. I'm not too sure whether that's Felipe Massa still holding on to P4, but holding up the inside of turn 4 there. Still holding on to the lead of the race. Now we can take it easy. We can take it easy through these S's corners, as I do not believe that Sergio Perez will be able to overtake us through here, and you can just see how much he is actually closing up to us because we are taking it easy. The tyre wear is very close to the edge. The fuel is very close to the edge as well, so we do have to be aware of both of those factors. But in towards turn 9 and 10 now. Very, very tricky corner, but we make it through there okay. Now, Sergio Perez, he is going to get DRS on us. He is going to pull over to the left-hand side. He's going to try and get the inside line possibly down in towards turn 11. No, he's not. He's going to have to hold it around the outside. This time around, we hold it the inside line with Sergio Perez side by side through turn 11 and turn 12. There's a little bit of contact between the two of us. He backs out of going for the move up the inside in towards that corner. And there's only a few corners left to go. Daniel Ricciardo right on the tail as well. He could get the race win. Any one of us three can get the race win. Sergio Perez goes to the left-hand side, around the outside of the final corner. Can he do it? Sergio Perez, we go up the inside. Bit of a dive bomb move on the Force India driver. We've gone for the overtake, but can he get the straight line speed across the line? I don't think he can. And we have won the Bahrain Grand Prix, our second race in Season 5. And we have won the race out of nowhere. What a race! What a race at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Out of nowhere, getting the race win. I am so surprised by that. Qualifying all the way down in 22nd. I mean, that safety car really did help us at the end of the day. It is the only reason we got the race win is because of the safety car and closed everybody up. But still, 22nd on the grid, having no pace at all. Just look at that, 2 seconds off the pace of Sergio Perez, and somehow getting the race win. That was an absolutely amazing race. We did the hard work at the start as well, to be fair, getting all the overtakes done very early on, but still, what a fantastic result for us and for Red Bull here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Sergio Perez, though, he finishes today's race in second, with Daniel Ricciardo in third, Felipe Massa in fourth, Fernando Alonso 5th, Esteban Gutierrez 6th, then it's Lewis Hamilton in 7th, Nico Rosberg 8th, Pascal Wehrlein in 9th, and Kimi Räikkönen getting the final championship point here today. Then it's Carlos Sainz just missing out the points in P11, with Sebastian Vettel finishing today's race in P12. Further down the field, then Julian Palmer finishes today's race in 13th place, with Valtteri Bottas 14th, Kvyat in 15th, Ericsson in 16th, Jenson Button way down the field in 17th place, with Roman Grosjean on 18th, Kevin Magnussen 19th, Rio Arianto 20th, Felipe Nasr in 21st, and Nico Hülkenberg, after getting that engine failure, did not finish. Even though the drivers' standings don't really mean too much at this stage, we are up into second place, and we are only 8 points behind Sergio Perez in the Drivers' Championship. Could we be on to win back-to-back Drivers' Championships, despite really struggling with this car at the beginning of this season? Jenson Button has been demoted down to third place, but Daniel Ricciardo, with that podium here today, is up into P4, so good news there for my teammate. Constructors' standings then, and there is only an 8-point gap between ourselves and Force India, so Red Bull Racing look like they could be on for the best of the rest at the moment. So Force India are doing a good job still. It was only really because of Nico Hülkenberg having that engine failure. But if there are more problems for the reigning Constructors World Champions, then we'll certainly capitalise on that and try and get decent results. But that is it for today's Bahrain Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, share the video with your friends, and don't forget to also subscribe to my new vlogging channel. But I will see you next time at the Chinese Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.